Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. This is Sipping Tea with Nat and Z. I'm Nat.
And I am Z, I believe. Yes, that's who
You
I am.
believe? Are you sure? Are
I
you
think so.
sure?
I think so. It's been
Good.
it's been a while since we've done this,
Yes.
so I believe I'm Z.
Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year.
Yes, even though we're like well into January, but it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you could still say Happy New Year.
Till January's over. Till February.
I say till January, or at least until like I've said Happy New Year to you. I should never have to say it again.
Like you on a one protocol. Happy New Year.
Yeah, that's it. So our listeners have not heard us say Happy New Year. So that's it. There's no more Happy New Year
After this,
after this. We're done.
you're good.
Yeah. Yeah. We tried to get this done a little earlier for you guys, but life and
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is.
Life, man.
We have been out of commission for a while. Some of us because of health challenges, some of us because of I got a partner and they were having health challenges.
Pretty much.
Yes,
Life
so
has unfolded since we've last talked to y'all.
it has. And so this episode is going to be a little bit of a different format than you probably have grown accustomed to because we're just getting back into the swing of things. We're trying to slow walk everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not getting into hot tea because we've been gone for so long. There's just too much shit to talk about.
Basically,
I
basically.
mean,
But
it's
Z's
too
been holding
much.
down the fort, though. Z's
I've
been
been
holding down the
trying.
fort.
I've been trying, but it's been rough. Um, and what else? No tea because I have some tea for us to kind of get into hot tea,
Mm-hmm.
actually drinking tea. Some new
Mm-hmm.
tea that will add to some episodes in the future.
And I got a new kettle. I got a new gooseneck kettle.
Where'd you get
It's
it from?
Amazon, Kosori. Really,
Fancy.
it's so fancy and has little things where you can get the green tea, the oolong, your black tea, all of that. I was very
Oh,
excited, and it looks very fetching on my countertop.
you have to send me a photo of that.
Yes, I did gooseneck because of the pour,
Mm-hmm.
how it pours very nicely into their cup, and it's just stylish. I really like the teacup look, the tea kettle look. Well, I can still get my particular temperatures for each tea. Very
Oh,
excited.
really?
Yes,
Was it expensive?
it was like $60.
Oh, that's not bad. That's
Yeah.
not bad. For
So
that,
and then
that's not
it's
bad at
coming, and
all.
then you can get like you can get it synced to your phone if you really want to.
Bitch, you fancy. So you can
I didn't do that. I didn't need all that.
you
But
can brew tea from your
from your
phone.
phone, you can start the kettle brewing from when you're in the bed at the temperature you want for the tea that you are hoping for.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. Okay, yeah,
Yes.
because
Yes.
I'm gonna need that. Even though I'm not allowed to purchase anything else. I've already been. I was told like stop. It's only January. This shit is ridiculous.
Damn. And it's only
Amazon.
mid-month. We're at the
Yes.
midpoint.
The fact that my 3-year-old can tell you what the Amazon trucks look like and point them out,
Uh-oh.
and I have an Alexa, and so every time you get a delivery or any type of a notification, Alexa lights
Mm-hmm.
up. So it lit up, and my 3-year-old literally went over to Alexa and was like, "Alexa, read my notifications. Read my notifications."
Okay, Charlie.
To see what was getting delivered. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, I need to slow it down. I've been spending like a drug dealer.
Cash, cash, cash.
I've been spending like a drug
You've
dealer
been
with
making it
my
rain.
pockets.
Amazon has been up and down that pole. You've been giving them money all day.
Yes,
Mm.
yes. I have crackhead pockets, but been spending like a drug dealer. So,
My crackhead pockets. I'm so mad at that.
but this is good because this whole episode is about the new year. But I just titled it "New Year Same Shit" because it is 2022 and we still on the bullshit. I mean, we are literally still on the bullshit.
Man, I feel like I
Still.
haven't left the house in 3 years. And then now Omarion done showed up his behind.
Touch, do, touch.
I mean, I'm just saying. He's saying as long as like folks trying to be in office, can we just keep this moving on? Corona,
And it
get back
just,
to life.
I don't understand. It's like literally we jumped into a new year and it was like, but it's the same shit. Like nothing
Yeah,
has changed but your calendar.
basically, it's just we're rolling over into this. We're going to what 2 years of this now? It is.
This, yes,
It's like Groundhog Day with Rona.
yes, yeah. It's 2020 part three. That's what we're
Hmm.
on.
I wonder what the
Um,
movie's gonna be like. Is it gonna be like Don't Look Up, or have y'all seen that? Don't Look Up.
no, I can't. I can't watch. I can't watch
That
anything that's gonna give me anxiety about the state of the world we're in. Because
don't watch that. Don't
yeah,
watch
because if
that.
I want that, I just turn the news on. I don't need anxiety
Yeah,
over
pretty
where
much.
we are as a country right now. Corona out here multiplying
Yeah.
like gremlins. You got
Yes,
the
it is.
politics. Virginia, we
What
were
is
talking
going on?
so we were talking about that yesterday, how Virginia went from a blue state to a red state. And now the
Mm,
governor of Virginia is like basically no mask, no parents can teach the kids what they want about whatever it
anarchy.
is
It's
they want.
anarchy.
It's complete anarchy. And she said somebody said Virginia about to get dumber and sicker. And those are facts.
And the hospital rate in Virginia is ridiculous. People
It is
can't
very
even.
ridiculous.
A girlfriend of mine who's head of obstetrics in Richmond, she was like, "There are no more beds in this hospital.
Mm-mm.
There's no more bed. I don't know what these people want from us because they didn't want to listen to us before, and now they're coming back in here."
Acting like a fool. But let me
Yeah.
tell you this. And then I'll get into what I did this oh, I ain't gonna tell people when. Y'all just know I did this. So we were in New York and we were in New York to see Tina, the musical.
Hmm.
And I'll tell you about that in a minute. And we were on our way back and we stopped at a Walgreens because we took the train up and I didn't have a
Hmm.
charger. My phone was about to die and it was like I don't like traveling with no form of communication.
Right.
So we go into Walgreens. Now, we're in the DMV area. And if you're in the DMV area and you watch the news or you are mildly concerned about COVID, you've been seeing how testing sites are overwrought. There are no tests that you can buy at a store, CVS,
Right.
Walmart. They're fresh out of stock, right? So we're in the Walgreens in New York. Tell me why their shelves were full. COVID tests galore. You could have had your fill of COVID tests.
What?
Whatever brand you wanted. It's like a kid in a candy store.
What?
Yes. Stock every corner. It was like, I swear it was like 500 COVID tests just sitting out there ready for you. And I was like, well, can I have two? Because I'm going back to Maryland. We don't have any. And she looked at me like, yeah, like, don't you want more, bitch? No, I was about to ask for more.
Wow.
But I took two. And then, like, every corner, there's a COVID testing site in
What?
vans. Yes. Pop ups. And I'm just like, now, granted, it is New York City. So you have a lot of international travelers, people coming to visit. I mean,
Right.
it's a tourist destination. So, on one hand, you can understand why there's so many options. But
Right.
let's not act like DC is not the fucking federal government.
Well, therein lies the problem in the answer.
Right. It's like, why is it the nation's capital? We don't have easy
That's
access
crazy.
to any of these things. It's just ridiculous. I don't understand what the hell is going on. I
In
don't
New York,
understand.
it's just like flowing like water, and down here, we in a freaking desert.
Yeah. And I mean, these testing vans, no lines. Now, I'm not a medical professional, so I can't say if these were like legit vans or some creepy van that you get in and they take you off and
Definitely not
kidnap you and sell you into sex slavery. I don't know. But this is
those
just what we saw.
African vans. Yeah. Well, I mean, they've been on it for a while. I mean, they've been taking it pretty seriously, but I can't speak for the rest of the U.S.
No, I don't. Well, I mean, look, Florida had all those tests that went
Yes.
and and were expired. It's just like,
Mm,
this is why I said New Year, same shit. We have learned nothing.
it's amazing. My sister came to visit me, and they just went back to Saudi, and what they had to go through just to leave is ridiculous.
Hmm.
but what they have to do to get to leave from their country to here is so much easier than going from the U.S. back. She's like, I don't understand why it's so difficult here in the U.S. just for me to go back to another country. Whereas
It's
at leaving to come into the U.S. is seamless.
the United States is the biggest gaslighter that there possibly is. They'll make you think that being in this country is a privilege and something you should behold and cherish, when really this is a trailer trash dump of a place. It really is. We argue over the dumbest shit. We're arguing over critical race theory, something that's not even really taught in schools
at all. It's not taught in schools, but people think it. How the fact that it's just the truth being taught and folks are putting a label on it and so irate about it, it amazes me. And the only irate parents are the ones who the history is not about.
Or the history is about, because their asses was the ones that was doing the lynching and the killing.
Yes.
And I mean, and we're going to talk about this in the upcoming episodes about the education system here in America. It's a sad, like, I'll say this, during this time, and I'm very transparent and I have no problems with doing it, being this transparent, so judge your mama. But during this, so during this period of time, like, I have had a bout of depression, and I think it's seasonal affective disorder. I mean, I've already talked about this. I've been diagnosed with general anxiety disorder and depression, and I've just been like in this perpetual state of sadness, right? And there's no real like correlation to anything. And then I said, and I thought about it, I said, but there is a correlation. It's where we are in this world. It's just like, if you don't do enough self-care to filter out all of the negative stuff, all of the bad energy, just filter out all of that noise, anybody could end up in that place.
So true.
So if you are out there and you're listening and you've been feeling this way, just know that there are others that have been in the same headspace as you, and it's for me, one of the things that's going to be good about this episode is that maybe it can help you, a listener who's in the same headspace, to kind of reframe your year so that you can come out of it better while everything else is still falling down around you.
Things fall down.
Yes. I mean, every time I turn on the news or even text messages, I get some bad news or something that's like, so I just got something, let's see, when did I get a couple days ago, where they're firing people from my job for lying about being vaccinated. They literally walked people off of the property because some people still had to come in because their job isn't telework ready.
Right.
So they've had to come in. And of course, if you're coming in on site, you have to be vaccinated. And people have been lying and saying they've been vaccinated. And why you're doing this, I have no idea, especially if you're working for the federal government. You understand that the vaccination is traceable, right? That they can find out whether you actually have gotten vaccinated or not.
Right.
It's run by the government. They can figure it out. Your health insurance gets involved.
Whoa.
Everybody why are you lying?
They do know. I don't know why they don't.
And if you don't want the jab, and if you haven't gotten the jab, that's your prerogative. I'm not here to tell you what to do, because that's not my business. You know what I'm saying? Your body, you have full body autonomy. My only concern, well, not my concern, if you die because you got the Rona and didn't get vaccinated, okay, well, too bad, so sad. Next. That's how I feel. And that may sound cruel, but I don't care. Like, science, people. Science.
Consequences.
I've been teaching my 3-year-old that consequences have actions. I mean, actions have
consequences. Yes,
some consequences have actions too.
Facts.
But well, before we take a break, I want to jump into what I did. So I just turned 45.
Woo-woo.
Yes.
2 weeks ago.
And I call this my orgy year because my mother didn't lived to see 45. She had just celebrated her 44th birthday and lived a couple months after that. And so I have had this perpetual, and please don't think I'm like a Debbie Downer, y'all, because I'm not, right? I'm not a doom and gloom person all the time.
No.
But listen, these are things where my sources of anxiety and depression come from. So I always had this perpetual fear that I was not going to make it to 45. Like I was like, it was like a fear of mine. And then it kind of got heightened with the birth of my daughter. So I said, once I hit 45, I'm going to do things, and I'm going to call it my ordery year and do things that I think my mom would have liked to do or things that I know my mom would have done, right? So one of the things in the year of the ordery, in the year of ordering, I went to see Tina, the musical. And if you know me, I love Tina. I live and breathe this woman. Like, I love her. Like, she's my, like, when it comes to the top tier of people that I've, like, obsessed over, it's Tina and Whitney. And then Beyonce. That's the trifecta for me. And a little known fact, I am related to her through my grandfather. So there's a connection there. There's a history. So I've grown up just knowing about this woman and just seeing her story and just being in awe of her, right? I'm going to tell you, this play, oh, Jesus. I'm going to go see it again. Oh my God. It was so good. It really was. And you would think, well, I've seen the movie. What's love got to do with it? So how mind blowing can it be? Okay. I was out there saying, "You're simply the best." Yeah, this morning doing the kicking the nut bush and rolling on a rim. Charlie and Gail looking at me like, "What is wrong with this woman?"
Wow.
I love this woman. Okay, I am going to see it again, and I'm sharing this with you all because, again, it's a new year, right? Yes, it's New Year, same shit, but it doesn't have to be. You can do things to bring yourself joy, happiness, dedicate your year to doing something. Maybe, like we've talked about this before, dedicate this as your year of yes, or dedicate this as your year of no. You know, dedicate this as your year of trying new things, whatever it is. You know, be blessed because there's a lot of people that did not make it into 2022. And some people made it into 2022, looked at it and said, fuck this shit, I'm out. And they died. So not to say that crassly, but.
Right. R.I.P. Betty White. R.I.P.
I mean, Betty White, Sidney Poitier, what's his name? Bob Saget. There's so many people that was just like, Matume, like, it's so many people that just were like, no, I see the lights. Y'all can have that shit. I see the light. That's where I'm going. All this other shit, y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. But yeah, so that's where we are. So we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to jump into the actual topic of the day. And we are back again. This is New Year, same shit. But let's try to figure out how to start our year off a little right, a little better. Yes. So add a little spirituality to your daily life.
Amen.
That's good. Have you done that? Okay. So
yeah, after the year that I've had, so I'm recovering from brain surgery, and it kind of gives you some time to sit and kind of contemplate life and where you're going with your new year. The spirituality has definitely been part of it since before then, but it definitely is like cornerstone now.
Yeah.
For pretty much every day. I do something spiritually based. Either it's meditate, pray, something related to giving a mantra of some sort, being thankful just to get up and be here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that's a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure when you do your meditating and you're praying that you have a physical space to do it in.
I do. Thankfully, I have my room downstairs, my meditation space, or sometimes I'll, if it's warm enough, and it hasn't necessarily been lately, I'll go out back outside on my porch
On your
and just
fancy
my
veranda.
veranda, my lanai.
Your
Shout out to the
lanai.
Golden Girls, lanai. And take some time and just, just have some quiet time. Look out the window,
Yeah.
whatever.
Mhm.
Definitely having that, and it doesn't have to be like 20 minutes. It could be like 5 or 10. It
Right.
does not have to be a whole undertaking like you in church.
No, it doesn't. And that's good that you, like you said, you do put some time aside and you also have some space to do this
Mm-hmm.
in. And this is also something that maybe could help with people in their new year. Like, take a look at your physical environment and declutter.
Mm-hmm.
You may need to clear out a space for you to do some meditating in, or just declutter your physical environment because it
Yes.
brings peace. I know for me, I living in clutter gives me like claustrophobic. Like I could just get like, oh, I can't think. It's like I'm all over the place. I'm
Mm-hmm.
unorganized. But as soon as I declutter, I feel better.
It is a bit of a release, I would
Hmm.
say. The energy flows better,
It
I would
definitely
say, for
does.
you to get clear on your thoughts. Although, some people are working in organized chaos for
Hmm.
them. But it's, you can also, it kind of speaks to where you are. If you have a lot of things going on in your life, it
Mm.
could speak to that you're off balance, that you're just not clear on what you have to do. It can reflect where your mental state is,
Yes, yes.
you know.
No, those are facts. Those are all facts. Um, and who one of the things I think, like when we're thinking about meditating and just being off balance and not feeling really centered, sometimes we have to look at the relationships in our lives. And
Hmm.
maybe one of the things that can help you just have a new outlook on the new year and go into it a little bit better is doing something like making sure that you're telling people how you feel about them.
Hmm.
Like maybe tell one person each week that you love them.
Yeah.
Your friend, your family, whatever. Just take a step and say, you know what? I just want you to know that I loved you, or you are loved, or you are special. Because it could be the person that you're telling is the person who is off balance,
Yep.
is the person who is in a whole bunch of clutter in their physical environment and is unable to, get into the center of what's going on, meditate and pray over what is going on. So
Hmm.
maybe you telling somebody this could help bring them out of that.
So true. You never know. You never know how much or what people are going through at the beginning of the year. Could the holidays are not always kind to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Or people are not always joyous around the holidays, and you're
Yeah.
bringing that into the new year and trying to figure out all the stuff that's in the press about what you need to do, new year, new you, new this, new that. And some folks are still dealing with the residual of the year before. So you
Right.
speaking that kind word or giving them that push can work wonders to
Right.
somebody, you know.
Right. And this is why I didn't want to really go into like, oh, here's some resolutions. Because
Hmm.
resolutions and goals for some people give you, well, I'll just say resolutions tend to give people a lot of anxiety because it means you have to accomplish something. And a lot of people feel like if they haven't accomplished it, then, oh my gosh, I'm just
Right.
not doing anything.
Hmm.
And that's not true. These are just things that you could use guidelines as you will. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to do anything. But if you want to, here are some little snippets. Telling somebody you love them every week, not going to cost you anything.
Nope.
It ain't
But
even
it can make a
cost you.
world of difference.
Sure will. It ain't even gonna cost you no minutes because everybody should
Mm.
be on an unlimited plan at this point. So,
Not 7 o'clock, not after 7 o'clock. You don't got
yeah,
to
we
text
ain't
nobody.
exactly. Oh, and we were just talking about people getting fired from my job or people in general without and
Hmm.
throughout the country people are getting fired. It may be time to revisit your retirement plan and make some adjustments if needed.
Yes.
If you feel like, look, I can't be at this, I've seen the working from home situation. I'd rather be a stay-at-home mom. What I need to do to hurry up and retire
Right.
early.
Trying to be part of that big, great resignation.
Right. Oh, it's a big. Oh, girl, the Great
Hmm.
Resignation is not ending. A good one of my friends from work just told me that they plan on leaving the office sometime in the spring. And when, we talked about it, they were like, yeah, they're following their passions. And I was
It's
like, yes, yes,
it's
follow that
happening a
passion.
lot.
Yes, because why are we tethered to a place that doesn't give a shit about us? Because I tell you, that guy that got walked out, they gonna find somebody else and put him right and put somebody else. Not
Hmm.
gonna miss a beat.
Nope.
So look at your retirement plan, your savings, whatever. See how you can get the hell about of wherever you at a little
Right.
faster.
It's set up where you want to go, and
Hello.
and embrace it.
Yes.
Embrace it.
Yes. One of the things I think Natalie and I can both attest to is very important. Get and schedule a full physical.
Yes, please.
That's something I think is just part of taking care of you
Hmm.
because you can have underlying issues,
That you're not
you know?
aware of.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I sure enough found out some
Yeah.
lately. So you definitely need to make sure you're doing. And we're all getting older. Your body is not going to respond the way you think it should, or
No,
you not think,
it
hope
should.
it should. So make sure that you're doing that and taking care, setting up your appointments for the year,
Mm-hmm.
going through your calendar, looking to see what month is whatever, like breast cancer month, prostate cancer month, whatever it is, and set up your update, your checkups
Yeah,
accordingly.
absolutely. Um, some of us are really bad with remembering people's birthdays and anniversaries. I know
Mhm.
a few.
I am.
I try to remember, but my brain doesn't work as well as it used to. So,
If Facebook don't tell me, you out.
yeah, if I ain't on Facebook, I'm not. You show.
Man, and I haven't been on Facebook in so long. I don't even know whose birthday I missed. Sorry. Sorry,
Yeah.
y'all.
If you ain't in the group chat and you ain't on Facebook, I don't know when your birthday
Mm.
is. Sorry. But maybe sign up for a birthday anniversary reminder service or just do it in your phone. Maybe take some time to kind of,
Mhm.
put that information in your phone so that it can pop up. Um, that is a wonderful, way to kind of get into a good New Year's, maybe different shit space. I know somebody who buys birthday cards in bulk and then sets the
Mhm.
reminders and then sends them out. They
That's a
put
good
the
idea.
yeah, they put the stamps and everything on the envelopes already so that when
Wow.
but that you have to be very organized to do that. Right? They just
Clearly.
go into their folder, pull out the card, say whatever they need to say, write
Those
the
are
address, and send
dreams,
it out.
Master H. I'd love to be that organized.
It would be nice to be that
It
organized.
would be. That'd
Yeah.
be lovely.
I think something else we can do, again, it's not going to cost you money or take a lot of time, but it does take some courage. Increase the awareness of your thoughts.
Mhm.
Be aware of what leaves your mouth
Yes.
because words have power. I read somewhere that, you should record everything you say for at least an hour each day of every month. And then, I mean, each day for an entire month. And then listen back to it, right?
Mhm.
And then when you're listening back to it, you'll know whether or not you're moving with momentum and purpose towards your vision, or if you are speaking a lot of negativity, or if I know somebody, I ain't gonna put them on blast, but I know somebody very close to me who I think this would work for. Because
Mhm.
I think they don't realize how they sound to others. I
Mhm.
don't think that they realize how what they're saying. I don't think they really are taking into totality the conversations that they're having with other people and how it is affecting the environment that they're in.
Mhm.
And a lot of times they're sometimes speaking negatively about themselves or sometimes they're speaking negatively about somebody else. And I don't even think that they really are fully aware of that. And I
Mhm.
think that this might be a suggestion that I'll pull them aside and say, I think you should do this because you might surprise yourself when you listen back to how negative you're
Mhm.
being, that this is the energy that you're
You're
putting
putting
out
out.
in the world. And do you really want to do that? I don't think you do.
Yeah. I'm big
I don't
on
think you
this.
do.
I'm big on the whole negativity. One of my other girlfriends had said something, and I stopped her mid sentence, and I was like, "Y'all need to stop with that. Don't put that out there. Don't speak those things into the universe." And they were like, "Well, it's just like." I'm like, "No, like you need to be mindful of everything that leaves
Your mouth.
your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be so conscious and intentional
Mm-hmm.
about what you say, and be mindful of the impact of what
Yes.
you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge."
It's very
And it
huge.
frames your mindset, your hearing yourself. I just know going through my recovery that I'm still going through, when I was in the hospital, one of the nurses said to me, you know, I'm looking at your chart. You've been through a lot, but your demeanor while you're in the hospital has been like amazing. You're like really positive. She's like, because there's people worse, not as bad off as you, and they are in their situation just kind of petrified by the sadness or the negativity of the situation. And
Mhm.
it's because that's all they hear. That's all they
Mhm.
talk to themselves. And it makes a difference in those types of situations
Yeah.
for when you're caring for yourself. So just be mindful.
You're very mindful. That's good. Yeah, I like that. And maybe that will help you, maybe in doing that, create a mantra for yourself.
Hmm.
Like maybe if you do take the time to listen to yourself, maybe create a mantra and say, I'm going to only, like whatever your mantra is or your personal statement, and
Hmm.
try to live within that mantra or personal statement throughout the year. And because when you, if you, I think if you have something tangible that you can look to, then you can keep yourself accountable.
Right.
It's when we don't have those things that we don't hold ourselves accountable. And then we're just all over the place. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Just kind of
Um,
floating.
Yes, floating in the wind. Just floating in the wind. Um, I definitely think this is something, refresh your network. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody can go through their phone right now, and I bet you 80% of the phone numbers you have in your phone right now, you don't even use. You don't call those people, you don't
Hmm.
text those people, you ain't seen those people in probably like 30 years. Just delete it. What you keeping it for? For
Some
what
people be
purpose?
coming out the woodwork. They usually come out the woodwork around New Year's and Christmas.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
that's like
yeah.
the only time that you really use them.
Yeah.
No shade to anybody who's going through that. It's just life,
Mhm.
you know. To just pop up for a reason, and some people pop up for a test. So just be mindful if you need to refresh that network or you need to dead it, because
Hello. Good
some people
morning.
just coming back just to be nosy to see what your New Year was like or wasn't
Mm,
like.
mm,
And so
mm.
that's why you need to make sure, are you refreshing your network in a good way and not
Right.
refreshing it with the nosy people talking
Yeah.
about, oh, it's been so long. Stay over there.
Mhm. Hello. Good morning.
Just saying. Just saying. You need to work those
Right.
things out.
Yes, you do. And maybe while you're working that out, if you're refreshing your network, maybe you could find somebody who can help you plan a trip to go to a place you
Hello.
always wanted to go.
Thank
Um,
you.
I say this also with a caveat because, I think in the age of Instagram, people feel like if they're not traveling in the likes of it, Instagram influencer, then they're not really living life. If they're not
Mm,
posting their pictures from Tulum or the Canary Islands or, Bali, then they're not really
mm-hmm.
living because they only went to Miami or they only went to,
Yeah.
and
Don't
I
get
say,
caught up.
don't get caught up. Plan the trip that you want, and it doesn't matter where it is. If you've always wanted to see the Grand Canyon,
Go.
go. Who cares if that's
Wonder of
it's
the
not
world.
glamorous, right? Who cares if that's not glamorous?
Those people that
Go.
aren't paying for your trip either way.
Hello, and they don't. And to be perfectly honest, them people ain't paying for their trip either way. They
That,
either
how
got
about that?
sponsored or their credit card is maxed.
Or they're in the backyard taking pictures, making it look like they somewhere they're not.
Because I've seen that.
Just saying.
I've seen an
It
Instagram
happens.
influ. Yep,
It
I've
happens,
seen
y'all.
it. I've seen it. I saw an Instagram influencer show how they can create images to make it look like they're doing something that they're really not.
Hmm.
So just, but I digress. If you do want to go to Bali, if you do want to go to Thailand, look at how much it's going to cost. Look at where you want to go and just try to save, or
Bali
just
is
say
on my
this is what I'm
list.
going to be at 50. You got 5
Hmm.
years to get to that place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, Clean out your closet.
Ooh, I need to do this.
I do too, but I just
Ooh,
don't have the patience or the
it's a
time.
lot.
Well, I have the time. I just don't have. Look. I just don't want to do it. Shit, that's what it comes down
I
to.
said every time I go in my closet, I was like, oh, I really need to clean this out.
Yes.
Then I'll go into another room where I have more clothes, and I'm like, oh, I have a lot of clothes.
Yeah. I switch out my clothes for the seasons because I don't have a lot of closet space. But what I also do is I separate everything by color. so that it's easier for me to
Mm.
decipher what I don't want anymore, what I don't need anymore, what I don't wear. So maybe
I need
if you
Marie
don't,
Kondo. Y'all know
yes,
y'all know Marie Kondo?
I need her because I
I
keep on
just
too
need
much
someone to
stuff.
sit in there and be like, "You need this? No. Yes. No. Yes. No." I just need what that person.
You know who I need? Tan France from
Who that?
Queer Eye.
Uh,
Queer Eye. I need Tan to come in. I just redo everything. Sometimes I feel like I just want to go in there and act like I'm just like a broke down bitch and have somebody nominate me. I'm like, oh, what was me? So they can nominate me so that I can get like a fresh new wardrobe and a new house.
right.
But
Can you do that? Can you like set yourself up and nominate yourself?
I don't
Does
know.
that work?
But
Mm.
no, somebody else has to nominate you. But nobody in our crew would be able, like, well, moving on. Um, commit, commit. Oh, wait, before I move on, like, if you're going to clean out your closet,
Yeah.
don't try to do it in one fell swoop because it's going to be overwhelming, right? You have to pick and choose how you're going to approach it. And
Yeah.
don't say, maybe it's just a little time. Maybe it's 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 15 minutes here. Because you can get a lot done if you just break it up into smaller increments. I
That is
think we
true.
always go into and attack things full on and just like, I'm just
Yeah.
going to get this done. And it's just like, and then it becomes overwhelming. Maybe pick a section and you say, you know what? Or like me, I color code everything. I'm going to go through all my whites, toss what
Right.
I don't that I can't wear or I wouldn't give to somebody. This is my donation pile, and then this is my keep pile.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't have a lot of white clothes, so that may only take me like 5-10 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
Next day, go through all my black stuff, go
I'd
through
be
all my
here
brown
forever.
stuff. Oh yeah, well,
How about black?
black is my jam for
Yeah.
many reasons. Black is my
Touche.
jam. Yeah, I love me
Touche.
some black. Clearly, as you see what I
Yes.
have on right now,
I
I
hear
got
you.
black on black.
Black on black on black.
Black on black. One of the things that I am a strong proponent of is commit to a skincare routine. And it don't
Yes.
have to be that intricate. We talked about skincare a few episodes back. Go back to that episode and just listen. I mean, you should at least wash your face,
Please.
tone it, moisturize it, and put some sunscreen on.
It's a spa treatment for you.
Yes. I mean, I still get my facials once a month, but I do my
Hmm.
maintenance in between. And I'm a product junkie, so I buy a lot of different I buy a lot
What
of
have you
different
bought
things.
lately?
What
I'm
is it?
trying to buy
Tatcha?
something new.
Tatcha?
Tatcha? You're gonna have to
T
send me
A
that.
T C H A. They like have a rice water cleanse, a rice water
Because my
moisturizer.
my butter is done. So I mean I'm at the end parts of using my butter, so I'm trying to see for something else I'm gonna use.
Oh, yes. Oh. I have a product. I don't endorse stuff. Like, well, because I ain't getting paid for this shit. So,
Right.
but
That part.
I'm never going to tell you buy this, buy this, buy that, right? Because I
Hmm.
use a bunch of different things to see what works for me. And I like to switch it up because I don't want my skin to get too accustomed to one thing.
Hmm.
Because I'm using, what is it called? Bioessence. I
Hmm.
also have those products. But Peter Roth has a instant eye lift.
Oh.
It's $38. It is in a blue, it's like in a grayish, a dark grayish thing, or it's black. I can't remember. If it was right here by me, I would pick it. I would grab it. This thing works freaking miracles. If you have bags under your eyes, ladies, if you
What?
don't buy anything else I've said on any of these podcasts, buy the Peter Roth instant eye lift cream. It's $38. It's a tube. It's not that big. It's moderately. I consider it being moderately priced for skincare stuff
Hmm.
because you can buy drunk elephant products, and one thing is going to cost you like $80, $100, and it's going to be like an ounce. So, Peter Roth's instant eye lift cream. When I tell you, I said y'all. I saw it on TikTok, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
"This is bullshit." It is not. Man, I put that shit under my eye and I was like, hey, this ain't working. I walked away. I came back, bitch. I looked like I was at least 3 years young.
You said at least 3 years. I'm gonna have to check that out.
I wasn't walking around like I had like, it lifts your eyes. Like, and my you can't really see too well in here,
Uh-huh.
but I put it on this morning and I was like, bitch, I'm wearing this every day. I like they gonna think I had a facelift when I come back to work. You hear? I'll go back into the
Like,
office. A bitch face gonna be beat.
woo, they're like, where you go for your quarantine?
Right. And y'all can. I'm gonna make sure the face look good because y'all don't need to see what's going on with the rest
You know what?
from the neck down.
Good to know. Good to know. You know that's on it though. They got a body. They got body bomb
I
for
wish
that.
they did. I should try to put it on my stomach to see if it
You
lifts that
know.
shit. Maybe it'll shrink my stomach
Wouldn't that be
like it
great?
shrank the bags under my eyes.
That would be lovely. Please and thank
Woo!
you.
Oh gosh. Oh, here's a good one that you can try this year.
Uh huh.
Give yourself a technology curfew.
I like that one.
I think that's important. We get so sucked into our phones. We get so sucked into the Instagram, TikTok, all kinds of stuff, and maybe give yourself a technology curfew. Maybe say, okay, I'm not gonna look at my phone after 5 p.m. I'm not gonna
Hmm.
do it. I'm not gonna do it. Or, I will only look at these things between the hours of 5 and 7. I really feel
Hmm.
like you probably should not scroll Instagram or Facebook or anything a few hours before bed
It's a lot.
because it can, and I definitely don't think you should look at it when you first get up.
No, it's a time sucker.
It is. Before bed, you could get sucked into it and be scrolling for like hours, but it could also put a lot of negative thoughts in your head before you go to bed.
Hmm. Yeah,
So give
because I
yourself a
don't think
curfew.
I've been on my phone like for so long. It feels like people are like, "Hey, are you alive?" Because I've just put my phone down so much lately.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really don't look at it, or I'm sleeping, or resting, or something, and it does free up your time.
Yeah,
I will say a lot because
it
I do
does.
look at my phone, but I rarely look at my phone these days lately. It's
Mm-hmm.
just kind of there, and maybe after like a day or two, then I'll come back and be like, oh, because I really have been off the grid.
But then sometimes you have to do that just to
Yeah,
maintain some type of balance in your life.
it's
We can
so
get sucked up
important.
into technology.
And even you go back on, and like I went back on, and I saw how much stuff I had missed.
Mm-hmm.
But then I get like tired looking at the stuff that I've missed, and I'm like, okay, it's not that serious. And my life is okay without some of that stuff right now. So it's
Mm-hmm.
really important, I think, the break and not announce it. And I don't know why people do this sometimes, or they announce that they're going on break. I don't, I don't understand that. So
That
you just
annoys me.
that does annoy me. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
so you went on break, okay? Why don't you just fly off the grid and then pop back up when you're ready?
Right.
You
I
know,
don't. I don't.
I just think
It's
that's interesting.
It is very interesting. I hate when people say that. Oh, I'm out for a few months.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a
Okay,
break. Okay, well, good for
bye.
you.
I think that the only time that that makes sense is if you're like some type of influencer or if
Yes,
your social media is attached to your business and your
fair
brand.
enough.
Then I think that is appropriate to be like, I'm going on
Agreed.
a break to do whatever. But if you're just somebody that's my Facebook friend and you work at the damn Macy's or you work at Nordstrom or I bet you work at the hospital, I don't need to know you're going on a break. Just take your ass on a break.
Please, just go.
Go, bye.
It's okay. And
Maybe
people,
we see when you get
and
back.
that's I think being accountable to people that you don't even know adds to stress of your life, and that throws off your balance on so many
Mm-hmm.
things. Because if you sitting here trying to be in the know all the
Mm-hmm.
time and like being caught up with whatever is going on in social media, I don't see how that works for improving your work life balance.
No, I don't. I don't. No, it doesn't. It does not. And that's one thing you should definitely work on is trying to improve your work life balance. Like, but I think I've never understood people who use social media as a litmus test for how well their life
Mm,
is going,
this,
or use it as a way to I understand why so I understand that people use social media to change the narrative about themselves, right?
yes, uh-huh.
But if people never knew
The original.
about you, then why do you need to change the narrative about yourself? I just don't I've never understood that concept. Like
To keep
you
up with everybody else that's portraying whatever they may be portraying.
I guess. It just
Because
Seems.
think about it. Like people post stuff sometimes just to be seen.
Mm,
And I mean, people need to be seen. And think about it now. We're all. I mean, people are in their phones anyway, but now we're in our phones and isolated. People are trying to
mm,
be seen on multiple levels.
mm,
So
mm,
that's why
mm.
TikTok is going so well. Why all those other different platforms, Snapchat. Do people still use Snapchat? I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea. But think about it, like people have nothing else to do in their mind but to be putting themselves online because they want to be seen because they're not out and about anymore and nobody's seeing them. Or people that don't normally get to be seen kind of get to step out without folks attacking them like readily, I guess.
Yeah.
But it throws off people's balance because some people just get so absorbed by it and I don't think they take time to be thankful for other things that are going on. So I know
Mm-hmm.
you had mentioned like a gratitude journal. I don't think people pause long enough from social media to write anything down in a
Mm,
gratitude journal because they're sitting there on their phone looking at, I wish I looked like this person on IG, not taking stock of what they already
mm,
have and
mm-hmm.
being thankful for it.
That is good. That's yeah. I think that that is definitely a good way to, kind of change the narrative of the new year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Is to maybe start looking at things from the glass half full perspective and write the gratitude journal. And you can be
Mm-hmm.
grateful for a lot of things. It doesn't have to be like, you could be grateful that you have all your teeth. You're grateful
Hello.
that, you didn't get COVID. Shit. I'm
Yes.
I'm still barely escaping that bitch.
Skating by.
Like it's too many people that I know now that has gotten the
Mm-hmm.
Omarion variant.
Yes.
So, and I'm talking about people who have been very diligent about being
Mm-hmm.
safe and keeping themselves and their family members safe. That bitch still got them. So I mean,
Basically.
you know, that is something I'm grateful for. That I am in 2022, even though I'm gonna test myself probably Wednesday because I was
Mm-hmm.
out and about in a very heavily populated area around a lot of people from a lot of different places. I had my mask on the whole time, but you
Mm-hmm.
still need to just make sure. And I'm
Yep.
about to go out to do some things again, and I need to make sure that I'm not going to where I'm
Yeah.
going with COVID. And then when I come back after a couple of days, I'll test myself again just to make sure.
Yeah.
Um,
That's standard operating procedure for folks overseas. I think my sister had to test themselves like 4 or 5 times before they got on the plane and
mhm.
after they got off the plane and stuff like that.
I just think it's responsible for me. I mean, I can't
Mm-hmm.
speak for everybody else, but if I'm getting ready to get on a plane to go somewhere, why would I get on there knowingly having COVID or not even taking the necessary precautions to at least see if I have it?
Well,
Or
if you're a
just,
tennis star, you can do that apparently.
if yeah, well,
Mm-hmm.
if you're a tennis star of a certain hue,
Mm-hmm. That part right there.
you can just get, especially, and it's interesting how this happened to him, and he was telling Naomi Osaka to suck it up, and she basically called her
Mm.
weak, and now his ass got deported. So
Australia wasn't playing that. They're like, we
no,
done did too much in this country to for it to be, you know, corona free. And you gonna come in here how about no? And everybody who has to come to the match has to be tested and vaccinated. Why are you any different? Go ahead, Australia. Handle your business.
I wish U.S. is like that. U.S. is like, you got corona, come on in. We
Yeah.
don't care. We got
Hmm.
people storming the Capitol. We
Right? They were just on a tour. They were just on a tour. A nice, peaceful tour. Ha! Apparently. On a tour.
apparently.
Apparently. I don't know what kind of peaceful tour that is.
Oh, but
It's
you
like
did see that the head of the what is that group called?
the boys, one of them boys, or QAnon, or
The good boys or the
the Proud
dumb
Boys.
boys, the proud
Same
boys.
difference. Same
Yeah.
difference.
KKK, pretty much, just the
Pretty
modern day
much.
KKK.
Yes.
They've gotten charged with sedition. I was like, why haven't all these people gotten
Why
charged
is
with
it taking
sedition
so
and
long?
treason?
I guess I want
Um,
to make sure these things stick. I
they
guess.
stormed the freaking Capitol. Everybody should have been charged with
You
sedition
would
and
have thought
treason.
so. You would have thought so. And how they keep bringing the BLM folks in it, and I'm like, where?
Right, because they
Houseway.
wasn't on the Capitol steps.
Houseway.
Oh, they're called the Oath Keepers. That's what they're called, the Oath Keepers.
Oh, the Oath
And he's the
Keeper.
head of the Oath Keepers. And apparently, the day before they came up, he bought $5,000 worth of ammunition, guns
Oh,
with scopes and all kinds
what?
of stuff. They had walkie talkies. Oh yeah, it was a coordinated effort. They were planning on making what they consider citizens arrest on the House of Representatives and Senate. Anybody who was on the floor, they were supposed to be arresting them because they were perpetuating the lie that there was no election fraud. Oh yeah, girl.
Wow. Got
So
we in
sedition and
trouble,
treason.
y'all. We in trouble,
hmm
y'all.
Which
We
is why I
trouble, guys.
said New Year, same shit because what has
Wow.
changed. But
I
but
I just wonder how people are so dumb.
well, I mean, clearly, when you look at our education system,
Well,
and
there
you
you
look
go.
at, you
So
know,
just answered that question.
it's very
Mm.
obvious how this could all happen. I mean, the
Yeah, I
United
just
States is just a like the United States is the ultimate gaslighter. They make you think that what you believe is not true.
I don't understand.
And you can see it with your own eyes. And they'll tell
Right.
you that is not what you saw.
You're gonna believe me your lying ears or what you see. I know that's
This
not how it goes, but you know.
right. I just saw that white boy carry a rifle that he wasn't supposed to have
Uh across state lines.
across the lines and kill two people, and y'all telling me that ain't murder. Huh?
Nope. And they having what do you call it? Concerts and stuff.
Well, he's a headliner.
What is going on, America? America, what is going on? Because I can't.
You
I'm just
got it's just everything. You about to we
trash.
about to have uh surviving Trey songs.
Oh gosh. What is going on with that? I saw that finally came through. I heard about it, but I just
I
saw
believe it. I believe it. Apparently, he is a serial sexual
assaulter.
abuser. And Kiki
What?
Palmer told y'all, and y'all try to make it seem like she was just clout chasing, or she was just making stuff up. Kiki Palmer told y'all years ago that he
Ooh.
was sexually aggressive to her, and she was afraid. And they tried to make it seem like she read the situation wrong. And this girl was hiding in
What?
the closet from that man.
What?
She was on the Breakfast Club. Look it up. You listen. Allegedly, but I believe it. No, so let's just keep that.
Let's just leave. But
Let's
I
keep that for
believe
the
it. Right.
legal beagles out there. Allegedly, but I believe it. You got
That's
Cardi B out
crazy.
here. I said I wasn't going to do no hot tea, but whatever. You got Cardi B out here suing. I don't know if you know that blogger Tasha K. It's like Unwind with Tasha or
Uh
something.
huh.
She be making up all kinds of stuff, girl. So, like some stuff I will say, like it's like, oh yeah, it did come out that it was true, but it wasn't something that like everybody else hadn't already been saying.
Uh
But
huh.
some stuff is like she's just like bonkers. She said Jay-Z and Beyonce practice witchcraft, and like
Is this
she
in the
said that
Illuminati? While they're in the
yes,
Illuminati?
she said that Cardi B had herpes. She lied because she wanted Cardi B to come onto her like show, and Cardi B didn't want to. Cardi B was like, "No, I'm good." And so basically, she started making all these rumors up, saying that she had herpes and stuff. And so then people started taking what the woman said and bullying Cardi online. Like Cardi posted a picture kissing
What?
her daughter, and they was like, "Oh, why would you kiss your daughter with her when you got herpes?" Like all kinds of stuff. So Cardi B is suing her, and Cardi B, I'm gonna tell you, I don't believe Cardi B. Cardi B said that she was suicidal behind her. I don't believe that Cardi B was suicidal behind this. I believe she knows how to work that courtroom. She knows exactly what to say to get them coins. And I
Wait.
believe that that woman is going to have to pay out substantially for libel. I think it's going to
Ooh.
bankrupt this woman. So Cardi was like, I was suicidal. I didn't want to live. I didn't want to have sex with my husband. I didn't think I deserved my kids. Oh, she was laying it on thick. Do I believe all of this from
Ooh.
Cardi B? Absolutely not. I think Cardi B knows what the fuck she doing. She knows. She cried on the stand.
Oh, she got work it. That's
So
liable.
she gonna get that money and good for you. Because people shouldn't be just on
But you
these.
know, people. But people are such sheep. The
Yeah.
amount of how easily people follow and believe stuff is amazing to me. It's just
And
absolutely amazing.
you know, when it comes to science and things that can be proven, it's just like you are an idiot if you believe everything else. When it comes to the internet shit, you're still an idiot because there's easy ways that you can verify whether this is true or not. If
Right.
TMZ ain't say it,
That is crazy though, because there was a time it'd be like, "Oh, you don't listen to TMZ," and
TMZ
now
be having the
TMZ is the
scoop,
goat.
okay? And I'm gonna say this is the last thing, last little bit of hot tea, I guess. We've changed the order around a little bit. So I was reading recently about Kanye, and I'm gonna say this. I know I have some Kanye fans out there. Our producer loves Kanye, so she probably gonna hate the fact that I'm about to say this, but Kanye is smart and dumb at the same time. And let me tell you why.
I
He
can help.
knows how the mechanisms of the Kardashian works. He knows that Kris Jenner is the puppeteer. She's going to put whatever story she wants out into the media to garner whatever she's trying to garner, right? To make the public believe or not believe whatever it is. Since Kim, and I'm not a fan of Kim, and the fact that Kanye has me on here taking Kim's side is making me just cancel him even more. Because the fact that I'm doing this is upsetting me and my homegirls. It is upsetting to me and my homegirls. So apparently, she had a birthday party for Chicago, and he said she did not tell him where the birthday party was. And Travis Scott sent him a text message about where the party was. And he's trying to make this narrative like they're trying to keep him away from his kids. Da 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 da. Kris Jenner or whoever the people who are the what do you call them? The friends or close people in proximity to them said no. He did. He was not. It's not that he was not invited. He had suggested that they have two separate parties because they're divorced, and he's like, "You have your party for her. I'm gonna have my party for her." So that's what happened. And so why are you doing this whole? Oh, I wasn't invited. Then he moves right next to his wife, his ex-wife, and then he is tracing around with Kim K. Light. And he's doing all these things, right? And I just feel like we've seen Kanye. He's a narcissist. He is a gaslighter. I don't believe that they kept him away from her. I believe that what was said was, you have your party, I have my party. I think he's trying to control Kim. And the reason why I think this is she's been quiet. She hasn't said shit. She hasn't said a damn thing. It's just Kanye and his constant blah 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 blah. And I feel like Kanye is a true example, is like what America is. Like, if you want to know what is going on in America, look at Kanye West. The ultimate narcissistic gaslighter that there is. And he's a Gemini. Sorry to my sister, but Geminis are crazy as hell. And they all over the place, and they're going to give you two versions, two sides. Not my sister, though. She's cool. It's just the other Gemini. It's just the other Gemini. It's the other one.
Not
It's the
that.
other one. Um, but I'm just saying this to say, like, it's a little off track, but I'm just saying all of this. Maybe, I know the title of this episode is New Year, same shit, but maybe not. Maybe let it be New Year, new shit. You know? Maybe don't get so swept up like I just did into the the lives of those folks on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Maybe just, I don't know, just try to make the best out of what is happening around you. You know what I mean? You don't have to get succumb to it. And so normally we would take a break, but I'm just gonna go right into the last sip of the day, so that we can go about our lovely Sunday afternoon. But the last sip today is an optimist stays up until midnight to see the new year in, and a pessimist stays up to make sure the old year leaves. William Evon. And that quote kind of, you know, really struck me because I'm like, wow, that is a good way of looking at it, right? Like, if you're an optimist, you're looking, and when the new year hits, you're looking for the year ahead, right? You're like, wow, like, I cannot wait to see what 2022 is going to bring me. I'm hopeful, and I'm going to be enlightened. And then there are some people like, ooh, bitch, I can't wait to leave 2020 one behind me. I don't want none of that funky ass shit there. Okay. I just hope that when I come to 2022, all that shit from 2021 is gone. And just trying to decide who you are in this. If you are the optimist that is waiting to see the new year in, and then stay that way, right? Stay on that path, and but also make sure that you haven't been looking so far into the future that you forgot to leave some of that old stuff behind, right? But if you are the pessimist and you're like, whew, I got to leave 2021 behind, Jesus, I'm leaving him, I'm leaving her, I'm leaving them. If that is where you're at, that's cool too. But maybe take a beat and say, okay, but what could I be looking forward to in this year? I know I left a lot behind, but what can I look forward to, right? Because it's hard out here and we're all trying our very best. This is a situation that I don't think any of us have thought we would find ourselves in 2022 or 2021 or 2020. So just make the best of it, make the most of it. Live your life with purpose and be intentional about your interactions, your thoughts, your words. And I'm sure Natalie can say the same. We wish you nothing but blessings upon blessings upon blessings in this new year. Health, wealth. I was gonna say something a little vulgar, but I ain't gonna say that. But yeah, so that's it. That is the last sip of the day.
All right. Thank you. So, Happy New Year. One more last time. One more again. One more again as we close this wrap up and touch base out. And we want to thank you for joining us this week on Sippin' Tea with Nat and Z. As you already know, you can follow us on Instagram at sippintea_Nat and Z_pod. And on Facebook at Sippin' Tea, Nat and Z, to get information on upcoming podcasts, topics, guests, and news. Thanks for listening, and catch us for the next episode, which is growth. Great way to start this year. Have a great week, y'all.
Bye.